you once, and I'll tell you twice. The way I feel, here's my advice. I told you once, and I'll tell you twice. The way I feel, here's my advice.
Hi, welcome to Shakedown. This is Theo, the host of Shakedown, and this is our first show. Welcome to the show. Hope you're well. So, we're gonna do a short show. We're gonna be talking about who I am, where I've come from, how the show came about, and we're also going to be doing a segment called Do Gooder of the Week. It's a working title, I know, but it's the best I can come up with at the time. So let's get into it. Now, who I am. I'm Theo Samuels. I hail from Birmingham. I have an IT degree. I've studied at the University of Wolverhampton. So I know bits and bobs about all that's computer and everything. Um, so I'm pretty new to this whole podcast game, but I'm gonna do my best to ride the wave, as it were, and I'm gonna be trying to do my best to be entertaining as much as possible. So this show came about a couple of months ago. My there's two people that actually got me the idea to do this, and shout out to the people that know who they are. Um, I was asked to do this podcast because I'm being so good at social media. I have been doing so for the last 10 years or so. And I've got Twitter, I have Facebook, I have Instagram, and even Snapchat to some extent. So I'm pretty well versed in the whole social media game. And someone kind of led me to say, well, why don't you be able to talk about what you're going to be talking about on podcast form? And yeah, I just kind of like literally went with it. So I've begun to spoke to people. I've asked if it would be a good idea. I've asked many people asked obviously what would it be about, which I'll come to in a second. But there's been general support of this thing, so I've kind of got into the mindset of, okay, I've researched what I needed to research. I've gone to internet links. I've kind of spoken to people at length, as I said, about it. And yeah, I'm just gonna give it a good go and see what happens. Now, um, I had no idea what I was going to talk about in my show. I'm an Arsenal fan, so I only supported the club for about 20 plus years. So I've got no forms of real experience because the club's founded in 1886. And my memories of Arsenal only stretches so far as 1996. So it didn't make no sense to me to talk about Arsenal. I could have actually spoken about the news, but I would bore people to death talking about the news with what's going on with Donald Trump and Theresa May and all the global warming and what have you, and it would make boring sense. And then somebody came up to me and said to me, why don't you actually talk about men's issues, men's attitudes towards life? Why don't you speak about that? So I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. So which led me to finding the show's logo and the title. I called it Shakedown because it is going right towards the problem, going to shake down, giving things a good shake up. And a lot of people have come up to me and said to me, oh, you should call it Loose Men, since you're going to be talking about men. And I thought it's not going to happen. The reason being is because ITV have actually sort of owned the title Loose Men, even though this is sort of Loose Women based. And yeah, I'm not going to take that chance. I do not have the money, in particular, to deal with ITV and the amount of lawyers that they have and what have you. And I'm not looking to take that chance at all. So Shakedown it is, and I'm sticking with it. So I felt that this show needed to be talking about men's issues, and I've begun to kind of think about how I was going to be able to talk about men's issues. We know that a lot of men nowadays are very different. Um, they some don't understand the importance of life. Some just want to go out on the road and do things. Some are still not doing the things that they should be doing. Some are successful, and I won't sit here and not praise men for what they're doing and how they're doing, you know. Um, and I have to kind of say that there's with every man who's successful is somebody behind that success. So you got people who always inspire people, and that's what we're looking to do. We're not looking to belittle people. We can criticize, but we're not going to belittle people. And we are going to support people. So I'm hoping that this podcast will work. So, following from that, I just wanted to just do the best that I can to make sure, and I want to make this very, very, very clear before I even start. I'm not out there to get famous or anything. I'm not out there to actually get money from this. If it happens, then that's great, but I'm not looking for it. What I'm looking for is to try and help people. What I'm looking for is to try and give them a good sense uh, of a different way of thinking around certain problems. Because we all need help. We all live in a world where some of us are too proud, and some of us have ideals and values. And we should be all in one community talking about it. So I'm happy to always debate about certain things. I'm always happy to talk about anything. Um, and if we can actually get a good laugh out of things, that would be a great thing as well. So, I'm coming up to the part now where I'm going to talk about Do Gooder of the Week. It's a working title, I know, but bear with me on this one. Now, I was trying to think about who would be a good Do Gooder of the Week. And there's not really a lot of people that I could actually find until I found one. I was watching Haunted. For those people that don't know, it's like ordinary people giving up their identities and then being on the run for 25 days, where a team that's powered with the arm of the state. They got CCTV cameras, they got phone interceptions and whatever and what have you, and they're gonna try and do their best to catch you, and they actually do this thing for a living. And there's one person in particular who I really, really respect. There's a guy called Alex, and he is about to try and see if he can win the show, evading the hunters for 25 days. I should actually explain that if anybody wins, that's 9 people that's involved in the show. If anybody wins, they get a share of £100,000. Now, here's the rub. Alex has got Asperger's syndrome, and he doesn't deal well with talking to people. He's not really good with social situations, but through this show, he has been able to talk to people freely. He's been polite. He's been well mannered. He's doing things that he thought that he could never do, and he's out there alone to do it. And I sat down there because people have taken the mick out of him and everything, and I just kind of say to myself, listen, I've been to the phase where I've been bullied myself. I'm not going to go into everything because it's too long for me to explain, but I have been bullied. And the only thing that I can say about being bullied is that when you're going to get people that's on victims, they're going to go up to do great things. You like I'm sure Bill Gates was bullied at some point. Look where he is now. You know, you got people who belittle people and say that they can't do certain things. Look like Oprah Winfrey, for example. She has been said that she couldn't make it. She couldn't do hosting the show because America won't like women doing the talk show host and everything. She proved everything wrong, and that's what's happened with Alex. He's proven everybody wrong, and if he can actually win that money, boy, when you look at it, it would be a fleeting moment, a proud moment. My heart would actually burst out with pride. I probably would end up crying by the end of watching Haunted. But if he can evade capture, like my respect to him, it would be a big story if he could do it. So he's my do-gooder of the week. Like I said, there you have it. It's closing out the show. I haven't spent too long on this because it's just formally just introducing myself, introducing what the show's about, and we're gonna get a kick out of this. So I won't keep you any longer. I'm just gonna leave it here and just say thanks for listening to Shakedown. We'll be back next week for more. It'll be slightly longer, and keep it here. We're gonna keep it going, keep it strong. Peace out, people.